Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us as we take a look at the weather forecast around New Zealand and our part of the world over our short working week and into the weekend. Here's the animated wind map with the temperatures added to it. No surprise there. The blue around the South Island, it's frosty. A lot of people are telling us from the South Island this June is much colder than June last year, which isn't surprising because June last year was the warmest on record. So we are seeing perhaps a more traditional winter now in many areas. Overnight lows in the South Island frequently now getting down around the 0 mark and just below it. So frosty weather around the South Island. Also a cold morning to start with over in Tasmania and some southeastern parts of Australia. But this is the setup for Thursday around New Zealand, and as you can see, the southerly is still blowing through along the eastern side of the North Island, so there will be a few showers in there. It's not overly wet, mostly around the coastal fringes, and in the South Island once again with the high there, another frosty start, but another beautiful day. Not much in the way of showers or wind for the South Island on Thursday. To Friday, and there's not a great deal of change. Again, the high, which is out here to the west, stretching over, so it's a cold morning with frost in some areas, but it may be a little bit more, just a tiny bit warmer than it was around Wednesday, Thursday, because there's a slight westerly wind developing down here. It may not arrive early enough to really make a difference for the frosts, but you might find it's a degree or two warmer on Friday. Now to the weekend, and we talked about this big low for the weekend, but it's actually shifting where the location of it is. We thought it would be down here around the lower South Island a few days ago. Now the latest model shows it stretched like that all the way down to the Southern Ocean. So it's got this sort of egg shape, and it's, oh, look at all the isobars. So very windy weather between the high out here over Australia and this low to the southeast. So we've got a windy, cold southerly. There'll be showers and snow showers on the ranges on the South Island hilltops on Saturday. The North Island just has a few showers and the windy sou'westers, perhaps not quite as cold there until we get to Sunday. And here's Sunday's setup, very cold and showery again for the eastern side of the North Island. Meanwhile, everybody else, you're starting to feel the high rolling back in again and pushing away some of that windy weather, but it will probably take until early next week. And next week, by the way, we're seeing more of the same, more windy west to southwest winds across the country. That's the forecast for the rest of this week and into the weekend. We'll update you again on Thursday.